How's it going out there, YouTubers? Cyberneticshark here with another new movie review for you. So let's get right into this review and see what I watched. The other night, I had the pleasure of watching an awesome kids' family film that it's been around for the last 12 years, and it's an amazing film, and I had a wonderful time rewatching it again because I absolutely love this film. And that's the awesome action-adventure game that's based on a book, Zathura. Now, Zathura is, like I said, based on a book. It's actually written, the book, by the same guy that wrote and illustrated the awesome Jumanji book as well. And it's the same guy, Chris Van Allsburg. And this movie was just an awesome, excellent rendition of that book. Now, this awesome film was directed by the awesome Mr. Jon Favreau. Now, of course, Jon Favreau we all recognize as the director of the first two Iron Man films. But a couple other films I really enjoyed that he directed that were just fun films were such as the Will Ferrell Christmas film, Elf, which was just a really fun and awesome film. Now, Elf, just all around, is just super funny because Will Ferrell is amazing, and I thought Jon Favreau did an amazing job directing the film. He also directed another great film that just came out last year that was a huge hit and a live adaptation of a great Disney classic, and that is the Disney's 2016 live-action film, The Jungle Book. Now, this film was amazing. I was really impressed with The Jungle Book, and I thought Jon Favreau directed the crap out of this film. He made it one of the best live-action films to date. I mean, this movie was just so similar to the original cartoon film and just so superbly created. The CGI work and the animal work and the talking by the voice actors were just all done so superbly, and I thought he did an amazing job. Now, with Zathura, Jon, I thought, did an amazing and great job bringing to life that book and that game. Now, I would buy that game and play it myself because I just think it would be an awesome game to play, especially if that stuff really happened like it does in the movie. Just kind of similar to like Jumanji too, I do the same thing. But Zathura was just so well directed by Jon. He made it a great family and adult type of film. He had great, actors and actresses involved, and he made a great entertaining film, and it was such a joy to watch. And still is a joy to watch. And really was one of his best, I think, directorial directions, I feel. Now, this movie has a decent cast. I was really impressed with the cast that they had in it, and they actually had a few, prominent names involved with the film, too, which I thought was really awesome, too, as well. Similar to, Jumanji having Robin Williams and, Bonnie Hunt and stuff. But with this film, we have the awesome and amazing actor, Mr. Josh Hutcherson. Now, Josh Hutcherson, we all recognize, of course, from the awesome film saga, or the interesting film saga that's kind of makes me feel, or it seems similar to the movie Logan's Run, the Hunger Games saga he was in, which was the first one I watched, and I didn't care too much for it, so I haven't watched the other ones. I eventually will get around to watching them, but after watching that first one, I was kind of bored with the film and didn't think it was really anything that great. But still, I thought Josh Hutcherson's performance was really good in it. Another film that Josh Hutcherson was in that I thought was a really awesome and fun flick was the awesome 2008 Brendan Fraser film, Journey to the Center of the Earth, which was a really awesome 3D film. I actually got to see that in 3D in theaters, and that was really awesome in 3D. It just was all-around awesome interpretation of Jules Verne's, book. And, I mean, this is like this, umpteenth, version of it on film, of course, because we've seen a whole bunch of, made-for-TV movies of it. There was the original 1950s one that they made. But this was a really good rendition. I really enjoyed it, and I thought everyone involved was really good. And Josh Hutcherson played a really awesome character. And I was very thrilled to see when they made a sequel to that one and brought Josh Hutcherson's character back. But Josh Hutcherson in Zathura was awesome. He plays that typical older brother that, I'm so much older and I'm the one in charge and you should listen to me and that kind of that mentality of an older brother that has a littler brother, and he was just so fun in it. And I really enjoyed his charismatic character in the film, and how he evolved from the beginning of the film to the end, and how he, learned to get along with his brother and want to be with his brother and do stuff. And he learned from his lessons in the film, and I thought that was really awesome. We have another awesome actor that's in this film that really hasn't done a ton of films, but, over the last, 12 years, he's done a few other films. And he was a decent, young actor in the film, and I really enjoyed his character. And that's Mr. Jonah Bobo. Now, Jonah Bobo, like I said, has been in a couple other films over the years, in the last 12 years since Zathura came out. Such as a film with Sam Rockwell called Choke, which I never watched, but I heard was an interesting film, and very, kind of bizarre, and had a lot of, inspired true elements to it, based on the story that it's based off of as well. Now, Jonah was also in another film that I totally didn't realize that he was in, and I was like, I've owned this movie, I've seen this movie, and I can't believe I didn't recognize him. And that is the 2011 film with Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone, and Julianne Moore, and Steve Carell, and that is the Crazy Stupid Love film, which was a really good film. And I totally forgot that he plays the teenage son in the film. And I was like, holy crap, when I was researching, I was like, holy crap, that is him. I'm like, why didn't I realize that? I'm like, dude, and I was like, what a dork. Oh, you call yourself a movie thespian. Oh, I was blown away by that fact that I didn't realize that I remember that. But anyways, Jonah was really good in that too. But in Zathura, I just really liked his character. I really liked him as the younger brother, and how well he acted with Josh Hutcherson, and they worked and mended so well together. I just thought they did a really good job. And I thought they just did, they were a match. And everyone that, Jonah interacted with in the film, he did a really good job too, for as young as he was. I thought it was a really good performance for him, and I feel that, as he gets older, if he does more work, I feel he's going to get better and better, and he's just a decent actor. We also have in the film a great, awesome actor, Mr. Tim Robbins. Now, Tim Robbins plays the dad in the film, and he has a, brief, decent part in the film. Not a super huge role, but still it was very entertaining as the father. But we all know Tim Robbins from, a slew of films. But a couple that, really stick out of my mind that I feel are really good of his, of course, is the great 1994 film, The Shawshank Redemption with Morgan Freeman, which was a really amazing film. Probably one of the best Stephen King adaptation films I think I've seen in years. He was so awesome in that role as Andy Dufresne, and it was such an amazing movie, and that movie really showed his acting talents, Tim Robbins. Another film that I thought he was really good in, and this was prior to his Shawshank days, and this was from 1990, and it's the psychological thriller Jacob's Ladder, which was a really interesting film. And that film, another one that really showed Tim Robbins' talents, and, was showing how good he is and how, amazing his performance in Shawshank was going to be. That's just how well of an actor he is. And he did an amazing job in that film as well. Two great, just empowering films, that he was in, and just showing his great acting talent. But like I said, in Zathura, he was just fun. He was fun as the father. He was great, in the role, and he played the typical father, single father trying to, raise his kids with his ex and just try to be the best father he can, and he did a good job. We also have in the film an interesting actress that I think is kind of overrated, and she was okay. I feel she was better as an actress when she was younger versus the film she's done in recent years, and that's Miss Kristen Stewart. Now, Kristen Stewart, we all know from, a slew of films. But her most famous role, of course, is as the, to-be vampire in the Twilight Saga. Now, Twilight, of course, was a decent, flick. The first one I thought was decent, but I felt that each one after got better and better. I thought Breaking Dawn Part 1 was really, really stupid, but I thought Breaking Dawn Part 2 was really good. But her portrayal of, of the character and the main character in that film, she was okay. She was decent. It wasn't the worst role or acting portrayal, but definitely not the best either. But it was definitely a decent acting credit. I definitely thought she was better in like Panic Room and Catch That Kid and stuff like that. I just thought she was better as a younger actress than she is as an older actress. Another film that she was in that I haven't had the chance of seeing, but the role looks super funny from the trailers and the bit parts I've seen from it, and that's the film American Ultra with Jesse Eisenberg. That movie looks super funny, and I'm looking forward to watching that eventually. And it looks like one of her better roles to me from what I've seen in the credits or in the trailers and in the spots I've seen. And it just looks like it's going to be a super funny film, and that it's going to be a little better role for Kristen Stewart, because I definitely think one of her best roles of all time is Adventureland. I think that's one of her best all-time roles, and I really enjoyed her in that with Jesse Eisenberg as well. But at the same time, Kristen Stewart's character in Zathura was just the fun older sister that say stay out of my room and don't come unless you're on fire or you cut yourself or something. The older sister that's got to get ready for a date, kind of thing. And that was just a fun role, and I think that's one of her better roles as well. Simply still because she was still younger, and I feel she was just better, an actress back then, and definitely, she was a fun asset in the film, especially when she started falling in love with her brother a little bit, during the film, thinking things, crazy things, which was pretty funny. To round out this awesome cast, we have another awesome actor that is just amazing and awesome, and I just love everything he does. And that's Mr. Dax Shepard. Now, Dax Shepard's character in the film was really funny and really cool. But we all know him from several different types of films. We know him from Without a Paddle, Hit and Run, and stuff like that. But a couple of films I really enjoyed him in and thought he was really fun and good in. And that film was the awesome 2006 film with Dane Cook and Jessica Simpson, Employee of the Month, which I thought was a really amazing film. Absolutely love that film, love watching it all the time. Super funny, just super hilarious. I thought Dax was so perfect in it, playing kind of that asshole character role, and he just was so super stinking hilarious. I absolutely loved him in it. Another film that he was in, and it wasn't a huge part, but still was a great part that he had, was the awesome 2006 film, directed by Mike Judge, Idiocracy, which was an amazing film. I absolutely love that movie. That movie is so stinking hilarious, and just was so well-rounded casted-wise. Had Terry Crews in it, Maya Rudolph, Luke Wilson. It just had an awesome cast, and it was just super funny. And Dak's character in it was awesome. But in Zathura, like I said, Dax Shepard was just awesome and fun. He was super funny. Loved his character. Loved his paternal nature in the film, and I just thought he was a really awesome asset to the film. He just made the whole film so rounded, playing the astronaut character. He was just super, cool too as well. And I just really enjoyed his characterization in that film. It just was a really well-rounded character. So if you're not familiar with what Zathura is about, basically the premise of the film is these two brothers play this game. This old school, metal cast space game. And when they start playing it, it starts becoming reality, and they have to basically finish the game in order to get back to reality. Very similar to, like I said, Jumanji. That's, because it was written by the same guy that, did the Jumanji book as well. But at the same time, it's another fun, board game, that they have to play to, basically get bonded back together, basically, and to learn from their mistakes and to get back to reality. It's just an all-around fun film. Absolutely enjoyed it. Giant 10 Goldie movie boxes up on this one, guys. Such a great pleasure of a film. So glad I own it. Definitely got to get it on Blu-ray soon. I still have it on DVD, unfortunately, but definitely got to get it on Blu-ray. It's such an awesome movie. So that's it for this movie review, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And if this is your first time here, or if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe so you don't miss one of these awesome videos, or any of these type of videos that I put up. And always, keep your eyes out for any older, newer videos you might not have seen mine yet. As always, please check out that awesome link down below about the Awesome Horror Pack. Now, the Awesome Horror Pack is 4 DVDs or 4 Blu-rays of horror films directly to your door of random nature. And also, they come with limited editions that are only exclusive to the awesome horror pack. Now, a horror pack is just an awesome, awesome service. And if you really, really, really love horror films, this is the way to go, especially because they come with some of the best films. I mean, I've gotten ones where they come with Species if you don't have Species. I've seen them come with films like Knucklebones, Hellraiser, Halloweens and stuff. I mean, they have awesome picking and selectors for their films, and it's an awesome thing. So what are you waiting for? Check it out, people. Subscribe to it. It's so worth the price. And also, if you're interested and do subscribe, let me know so I can hook you up with a discount on your first month. So you get a discount, people. That's right, yeah. Who would want a discount? Right? And as always, catch you next one.